Hi guys, Scott Martin. When we talk about relationship transformation, uh, often think of it as kind of like a roller coaster that people are on. There's these energy dynamics, and a part of what we want to be able to do is show people as an engineer of the ride how to step off the ride and create a little bit of space, and then take a look at these patterns. Maybe up on the whiteboard and go, okay, here's what works, here's what doesn't work, here's what's next. And there's different components of this that all couples counseling is certainly not equivalent. In fact, there's a large portion of people that go for different types of couples counseling where, the person that you're bashing on the other end of that I statement is still your spouse. There's just things that don't work. And frequently we re-traumatize people with certain types of counseling. So we don't want to do that. What we want to be able to do is we want to understand the patterns. And that's one of the things that we're really good at, is showing people the mechanisms. Issues like, what are complementary wounds? How are we attracted to each other? Based off of often what is generational, childhood, or past relationship trauma, or at least emotional conditionings. And understanding, how do you come out of those stories? How do you shift those stories? How do you uncondition or recondition or condition in a different direction, how those actually work? Because often the person that we're attracted to is actually a mirror to what it is that we need to heal within, and they're gonna help us heal those past emotional wounds, normally by triggering every single one of them in some way. And so you need to know that's coming for you, and then what to do with that information. That pain is actually a guide if you know how to pay attention to the wisdom of it. Gottman research, the four horsemen of the apocalypse, contempt, criticism, defensiveness, is stonewalling. What are the cures for those? Understanding how our past traumas or emotional conditionings create defense mechanisms within us that are really subconscious. If they were conscious, we could have dealt with them a long time ago, to where we're blocked, and it creates these really interesting patterns in masculine and feminine characteristics of how we show up energetically, again, that we can take and we can go, look, this is what works, this is what doesn't work, here's what's next. But more importantly, identify the blocks, that if we can quit using external coping mechanisms of projection and avoidance, we can begin using really sustainable internal ones. And that's what we teach with a lot of these other pillars of coaching. So learning how to practice presence, learning how to heal trauma with somatic processing, and then most importantly, looking at strategy on how we move through things, on what works, what doesn't work, and what's next. Relationship transformation. You should be living your best life. And not everybody knows how to do this. There's a lot of science, a lot of evidence behind what works. We want to show you what it is. We look forward to showing you how to step into that journey. All right, guys, we'll see you.